guys don't need to be in your way. All right. I don't know if anybody's there yet. You're already going on Discord, right?
I just sent it out to Discord.
Okay. Oh wait, your iPad's down here.
It is down here.
We can pull up the Twitch stream on your iPad, right?
I guess so.
You're probably logged in as yourself, though, right?
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't recognize my face. How dare you? Do you even have Twitch on here? You do.
I should.
Do you have Closet Champion set to be hosted every time we pop up?
I think so, but if it's not working, I can go do it again.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if anyone's in the chat yet. Oh, there is some people. Let's see. Hello, Henry. Hello, Brooke. Can you hear us okay?
Come here, take a picture with me, your wife.
Are you my wife?
That's what the government thinks.
Can you, humans that are, and goblins that are watching the stream, hear the music that's lightly playing in the background? Is the music too loud or anything like that? I mean, obviously, as we walk in and out of it, it's going to raise in volume. It is a happy triangle. Oh, wow, the Twitch one is very delayed. Oh, you know what? Well, I'll put the triangle back. will be something like this. And this piece will actually wrap back around. You know, they'll wrap around or around the shoulders like that. But these pieces, I don't know the exact placement yet. But I think it'll be closer to this.
I'm surprised you didn't put the shoulder seams in that
What shoulder seams?
piece.
You didn't tell me to do that piece yet. You only told me those pieces. I didn't
Wait,
do
I
it.
didn't think I thought since you own the company, since you're Mr. Boss Man, I didn't have to tell you what to do.
You have to for that. I didn't design that. That's not the way I would have
Sounds
constructed
like
this
something
unit.
that.
I mean, look, I can be the mega boss and still not know how some of the applique pieces are put together, or not applique, the base pieces are put together.
I feel
Sorry,
like the
I am
boss-
mega boss.
I feel like the boss is someone that the company wouldn't be able to exist without.
I don't know. I feel like every company I've worked for that had a boss didn't know shit about day-to-day operations. But didn't understand how shit was done. Just like, well, you make things happen, right? Cool. Can you just...
That makes sense for you then, I guess, since you don't understand how the things work. You need, to be told what to do.
Look, I'm a lyrical mastermind, all right?
Uh-huh.
The genius voice of a generation.
Yeah. That's why your names come second on the business license.
Genius voice of a generation.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put the stuff on Discord already?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think I was doing on my phone? You think I would have just stopped doing that and started?
No, I didn't know if you actually finished it or not.
Huh. Can they hear the music or not? Was there a...
They said they can.
Okay.
Hello, Blooms in the Night. Yeah, I'll show you guys the other pieces that we have been working on too. We've only been working on Kim really during the streams. We only did a little bit outside of the stream. Which was lining or putting the mesh over top of the purple to give it this darker purple look to it, this muted shimmer that I like. So we've actually done a lot now. This is a technique that we do very often now, it seems.
Well, sometimes the sparkle stuff is just a little bit too ostentatious. And if it's too bright, there's not really much you can do because dyeing it doesn't change the color of the foil.
Yeah.
So your choices are slim.
Yeah. So I guess we're pretty much good to go now. I started the stream a couple minutes early while we were setting up because we need the hours to hit affiliate and the stream, the stream length and stuff. So every few minutes help. Every few minutes help, indeed. This is what Kate's working on over here. She's building base pieces for the belt.
Actually, I'm working on patterns for the arm gauntlets.
Did you just had, okay.
I've been working on the arm gauntlets, remember, since earlier?
No, I don't remember.
Remember you were like, this is the belt, and I was like, no, that's the arm gauntlets, and you were like, oh, I don't understand what's going on here, and then you left.
Yep. Correct. Okay, zoomed in on you. So we're putting horns on the belt that Kim is getting. So here's the horn. It'll be purple. The gauntlets will have a similar look to them. What pieces do you have already done that I can start cutting out over here?
Well, I have all these pieces for the belt here.
Okay. And these are all, let's see. Are we doing spandex or are we doing vinyl for the
For the designs.
yeah, for the belt?
I think they're vinyl. I think they're that purple hollow vinyl. Or at least that's what I bought it for. But
Okay. Just making sure before I started cutting it out. And this piece right here, what color is this piece?
All the numbered pieces are purple.
Okay.
And then there's one that says
There's Black Hollow on it.
That says Black Hollow. Yeah. All the numbered pieces though, the reason they're numbered is because they go with the numbers on the pattern, so that when you're lining them up, you can just line them.
Oh,
right
okay.
up.
I see what piece this is now. I wasn't sure what piece this was.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I would mark them with numbers as you're cutting them out.
There. This is for the middle bit.
Yeah, it goes underneath.
What goes underneath of this?
Green.
Whatever. Green. Oh, right, green. We did get that green. It's not very. I mean, the green will work for this, but it's not what I thought it would be.
We could use the like bright green, like the bright neon green vinyl as like
well,
a jewel.
you know the color. It should be better than I would. Like you understand the Maleficent deal.
Reference, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would use because we're doing the same technique with that Black Hollow as we did with her gems and other stuff before.
Yeah. Well, you want it raised?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so then it shouldn't be the vinyl. It should be the.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was saying.
Well, I mean the stretch vinyl, the PVC. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it should be the PVC. Right? That's what you're saying too?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Fucking dick.
So everyone can see how we're doing this. Here's the main piece for the belt. All right, this is the side going to the front. And this is the piece that goes over the middle front. And then these are all the individual pieces. So, as Kate has marked 1 through 9. So here are pieces 1 through 9. Each of these pieces have been reinforced with tape, which is what Kate was doing and still is doing on the other table, so that as we use them, the paper doesn't get destroyed, as they inevitably get spray glue on them, and we cut around them, and all the things that can tear apart just a flimsy piece of paper. Where is? I think I had the purple in my hand. Camera's on me, not you. Just giving you a heads up. Also, I don't. This gold seems a little off too. It's a
Yeah,
good
it's
gold, but it's
because
more yellow.
Yeah, when I bought it, I bought gold, but when the order shipped, it said yellow. So I think their gold changed to
To
yellow.
yellow.
One of the many things that happens to us as gear makers is that the distributors for our materials change their shit all the time, or stop existing, or stop shipping to America, or insert thing here.
This is the black hollow we're gonna use. Looking for that new purple we bought. I know it's in here.
It should be right there.
Okay, you took it out already. That's why I was having trouble finding it. You were already prepared. And here is the purple that we're going to use. I really like this purple a lot. We like to give Kim the shiniest materials. Okay. So, what? Why don't you go? So now I can start to trace and cut these pieces out. As I cut them out, I'm going to start with the purple. Move this over for a second. Clear some space. Which is nice about having a master design here. I don't know the name for it. I'm going to call it the masterpiece. I cut out each piece and I can lay it on here to see what it's going to look like as we go. What's the base going to be made out of?
It's going to be neoprene covered with the black pleather.
So we're using a black pleather. That's what I want. Okay. Black pleather. Two, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's move you off the table over here too. So I've cleared off some space for myself. As per usual, we're going to spray glue each of these pieces just lightly so that I may trace them out, or trace them and then cut them out. I'm going to try to bunch these up as close as possible as to not waste too much material.
Hey.
Okay. Bam. It's going to be a lot of cutting. For sure. A lot of pieces to cut out. Now, where is my air-soluble marker at? Actually, I could do, because it's going on black.
It's wild.
What, the wind?
The rain. The bay window, it looks like a movie. Like, it looks like a car in a movie. Like, just sheets of water coming down.
It was that hot outside today.
But yeah, I went and closed the doors on the porch because it was soaking that poor little herb garden.
Well, we wanted it to get some natural
elements, yeah, but yikes. Even Winslow ran back out from the porch when he saw what was going down outside.
We started an herb garden, y'all.
We did start an herb garden.
We have the space for it, and we use a lot of herbs in our cooking. And to have access to fresh herbs is dope.
Yeah, we feel like we couldn't figure out how to keep them in the fridge. So being able to just go out and like have herbs and just pick as much as we need is really nice. As I felt like we would not go through the amount that we get from the store and the amount of time it took for them to go bad.
It's also nice to just have fresh herbs in the house. Like that, super cool. We're growing sage, English thyme, lemon thyme, oregano, rosemary, catnip for the bean,
Lemon balm.
purple basil, lemon balm. As Kate said, is for the bugs. I don't really know much about lemon balm.
Yeah, I saw on a thing some kindly Christian gardener told me that lemon balm was good for on YouTube. Told me lemon balm was good for keeping bugs away. And I was like, well, if God told you, then seems like you know your shit.
I wish this was just a little bit higher.
What?
This table.
Well, that's why we're gonna make our own. Eventually.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. If I had a girl and a phone, I would call her.
You have
I
both
think
of
that's
those-
the next lyric.
Yeah, you
Don't
have both
remember.
of those things. I hate to break it to you, son. You
What?
got both.
Do I?
And you
Oh, no.
won't. You wouldn't call me. You barely pick up the phone when I call you.
Well, I think the argument there is I am in the house with you
Yeah.
every day. All day.
Yeah. Which is why it's especially important, especially on days where I can't get out of bed. And
It's
you're like,
suspect.
And
what
you're like, a
saying.
phone? What's this? A call from my disabled wife? I don't know. Seems fishy.
Unfair.
Seems
If
fake
I
to
got
me.
headphones on. How am I supposed to know? And I'm like, we do
Actually,
anything.
there's a feature on your phone where if you don't want it to make noise and you can't hear it, you make it flash the flashlight.
Well, that's not gonna work. If I just throw the phone across the room, how dare you blink at me? I'll take it as I see that as a sign of aggression, and I will fight it.
It really is coming down out there.
Yeah, I can hear it coming down real heavy.
It's crazy. I will be shocked if the power doesn't go out again.
Yeah, if we lose everybody, it's because of the
Power outage
The
that will inevitably
thunderstorm that is-
happen.
just started. The worst part about living in this part of the world is that the power goes out often around here. A tree falls over onto a power line every couple of fucking
If a
days.
tree falls over onto a power line, how many houses in the suburbs lose power? Answer is our entire neighborhood.
Minerva says, I stare at the phone when people call me. I get that. I
Yeah,
feel-
but you don't tell your disabled wife that she can ask you for anything and just to text or call. And then you're like, a phone? What is this? Oops.
Alright, so I traced the first 9 pieces. And these won't be too difficult to cut out because they're giant swoops.
If you use the biggest scissors, they'll make even soupier. The ones we got from Mom.
I haven't tried using the big ones yet.
I find them to be best for the vinyls. I feel like they work well. Though
I don't know
we
which ones
do-
you're referring to. Which ones?
These
There's
guys.
3 giant ones.
These ones. These Fiskars are pretty sharp. These are our giant ones, I think.
I think they are. Well, no,
No.
this our old giant one.
Those are our giant
Yeah, because
ones.
look how dirty that is.
But yeah, I find that these cut really nicely. We struggle with plants too, actually, Whimsicotany. Like, we have killed, well, some of that was the beans' fault.
Yeah, our cat does love to eat.
He loves to eat greens. And
The
sometimes,
way that the shadow's coming down, I think I need to switch sides.
do you want to just move the light a little bit?
I'm switching this side, see if it helps. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
I know now I'm upside down on the screen.
I don't think it matters, though, does it? Unless
I
it's
don't-
very disorienting to see you come down from the top. Here, I'll do other things here with my hands so that's less disorienting. You could be like, oh, look, there's other hands working where I am orientated.
Thanks for the orientation help.
Yeah, I don't want the people to be disconcerted.
I
Oh,
wish.
you didn't number them.
Oh, I forgot to.
Good luck.
I mean, I don't have to worry about numbering them. You have the pattern right here. I mean, like I can just. You are. I feel like way swoopier than anything I put on here. This one. Bam. See? Or if I want to be.
Yeah, we never tried to grow anything in our apartment, Whimsicotney, because there was just no point. There was no room, or Winslow could not be wherever the things were. Like, Winslow was just allowed to reign over our apartment because it was only 2 rooms. But now there's actually like spaces he can't go here, and windows where there's light and all sorts of shit. We're living the high bougie life of being able to have a small 9-pot herb garden.
Extreme bouge.
Extreme flex. We can have a small herb garden that takes up 3 by 3 foot area. I understand if we're no longer relatable because we're so out of touch with the common man. We're like, not enough room, not enough space to put a potted plant. We could never.
Never. Like, literally, we could never do it before.
Yeah, we couldn't do it before now. We could have had plants in the place we were before our last place, but
well,
we weren't responsible enough. We personally couldn't. We did. We sold out for coriander, which is cilantro, right? Which I can't. Well, we did get some coriander recently, but.
Yeah, coriander is a type of cilantro, I think. I think they're like...
It's like the American, the English bastardized word for it. I drink my iced coffee with a stainless steel straw because I'm a true white lady now. I'm a real Karen.
I feel like these are coming out too big. I'm going to have to cut deeper into the line.
I would say cut completely inside the line.
Yeah, it's hard with the ice soluble to cut inside the line.
Yeah, that's why I use
they ink out.
I tend to use the ballpoint pens for that stuff for vinyl applique because
I mean, I don't if it's not on a black background or if it's not because it bleeds out the
But it is going to be on a black background.
Yeah, no, in this case it is. Correct. I was just using the soluble stuff because I haven't used, I was just
I would use a ballpoint pen for the next ones. Or retrace them, whichever.
I mean, I'm not going to retrace them. I'm just going to keep cutting them. I know what I need to do to adjust.
Do you know where the doesn't matter now. Never mind.
Guess I am just going to retrace them. I don't like how big these are turning out. I don't want to have to do that.
Is it the patterns? Did I make them too big?
They might be too big because look at how big this. And this isn't just a little bit.
4 is. Oh, they're the right size. 4 or 6.
No, I'm just cutting them out. I'm not necessarily cutting out too much space. The pink has thrown me off.
Yeah. Barely, but even. I tried to make them slim so that way, it wouldn't do that.
Well, that is exactly what happened. Not that you did anything wrong. Just... Yeah, this somehow ended up way bigger than that.
My guess is it's how much space between the marker and the thing.
I was trying to do it the correct way with the air-soluble marker. Instead, I got told to fuck off.
I mean, doing it with a ballpoint pen isn't incorrect. It's not
It-
being put on something that's going to get washed.
I mean, it is. It bleeds onto the stuff. Is what I'm saying. Is that like, I've seen it happen enough times with colored, vinyls that are going on top of a color. If it's not on black, it will bleed every time.
Pins. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm gonna try not to waste. No, screw this.
This is the funkiest one so far.
It's the one I cut out already.
I can't believe you're not jamming these funky duty jams. I can't dance any when I'm dancing very delicately.
Oh, I'm just looking at this in anger.
Do you have to retrace it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to retrace it?
No, there's no point in that.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, you just would trace the next set.
I mean, I can do that too.
No, because then I wouldn't be. You can do that, yeah. You have the pattern.
I mean, you do, but yeah.
All right. It's not like this is not something we're used to doing. We constantly have to recut and retrace stuff all the time.
I think that's part of sewing.
I'm like, I'm going to do this the correct way.
Sometimes the traditional sewing method is not the right method, you know?
What piece are you? All right, I'm missing a piece. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I guess this is that piece. Yeah. All right, 9 and 5 are the only two pieces that need to be cut out. Oh, and 1, I guess, but. All right. What are you working on over there?
I'm working on this thing.
I didn't know if I need to well, you're about to move, never mind. I was gonna see if switching the camera to you made sense, but it does not at the moment.
No, I'm going over the serger.
Okay. I'll keep it on me for a minute. I personally like using the ballpoint pen. When it's for like my masks, I don't really care. I'll use the ballpoint pen.
It's what the mask makers use.
But when it's other masks that are not mine, I won't unless it's going, like I said before, in a black background. Because sometimes the black stays on the piece, and then if it gets wet, like sweat and things like that, the black bleeds off.
I'm going to turn my mic off so that way the serger doesn't just make a big droning noise into the mic.
Yeah. I'll remind you to turn it on if you forget. So how's everybody doing that's watching the stream? What do you guys all currently into at the moment. You know, we in here just chilling. To some Seberg non-copyright background music.
Bible pens? What's a Bible pen?
Yeah, I've never heard of Bible pen.
Never heard of a Bible pen.
Hello, we are wonderful. Thank you for popping in. Hakel? I hope I said that correctly. This is what Tenacious said about the Bible pens. You listening? Mm-hmm. All right, so, you know how Bibles have super thin pages? Ultra religious people take notes in their Bibles. There are pens made specifically to not bleed through those thin pages.
Thanks, the Lord.
Yeah, I would have never known that at all because
We're not religious.
I've never taken notes in a Bible. Or do I guess do I frequent people around? Am I frequently around people that do? All right. We do use a fat Sharpie on stuff like the kick pads. When we're tracing our kick pad foam and such. Where did I put that purple at? How much is too much coconut oil, Minerva, inside of soap? The only thing I know about soap making is what the movie Fight Club taught me about soap making.
even right.
And that you can steal human fat to turn into soap. Also, to make bombs. Which I'm sure is based in some sort of truth, just not as easy as they make it in the movie. All right.
The Seaburn Deschanel music is so varied. Sometimes it's like a funky duty, heavy duty jam, and sometimes it's like, are you sure this isn't fucking MIDI music? Like this sounds like a keyboard demo.
Well, wouldn't all of this just been like studio artists? Because none of it's credited to anybody in particular. It's just
Yeah, it's just like
whoever was.
Seaburn Industrial Players or whoever. Like the writers on the Carol Burnett show. Just a bunch of people. Some people made it.
Whenever it says people fat could work, because lard is also used to make soap, and that's just fat. That's better. Thanks for the info, Tenacious Tiger. Also, what a name. I'm coming at you, Tenacious. For those that don't know, Tenacious Tiger is also Gyarados. If you are part of the Discord or happen to follow her on Twitter. This is definitely the music that was used, and so I watch a lot of shitty exploitation films or just movies from the 60s and 70s. This is definitely the music that just played over random scenes.
Oh, yeah, they're like riding their bikes or whatever.
Yeah. This is definitely them having fun before they get murdered. Before a good murder happens. if you were here and hanging out with us, and you have a what piece are you? Yeah, this one. And you happen to have like a favorite movie from the grindhouse era, an exploitation type, and I don't mean like it could be anything. It could be car exploitation, black exploitation, um, uh, old like kung fu films, which fall in exploitation, but they don't have a cool like exploitation name. I'd love to hear y'all what y'all like. Okay.
I just picked up my phone to answer some stuff.
Hey, Space King. All right. Also, if anybody has any questions about the process, about what we're doing, you want more clarity on how this works, I'll happily answer any questions about it. That was one more piece. Oh man. It's been a while since I played Fallout 76. I didn't get very far into it. I played the I'm not a big fan of the Fallout games. Although I do like that genre of game, so I wanted to like it. Um, but I don't know, something about it just like I know it's a good game. The parts of it like I should like it. Um, Tenacious, we are working on the belts right now. It would be the belt and the gauntlets for the princess. which is what you're seeing me slowly put together at the top of the screen. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I may revisit Fallout. Okay. So, these are the applique pieces for one side of the belt. Yeah. Now it's time to make the other side. I had a piece of paper that was holding these pieces together. Well, the games I'm currently playing right now are Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because I love the Mass Effect franchise and I think it's the best.
Is this all that's left in the mesh? No.
No, this was a piece that I cut out that I messed up, and
Okay.
so it's just that's an extra piece.
Okay.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Destiny 2. I've been playing Destiny since its beta, and have not stopped. I absolutely love Destiny. And occasional other games sprinkled in. I have the Xbox Game Pass. So I just download random games and pops them on whenever. But I generally believe Mass Effect, the original trilogy, is the best trilogy in gaming. Nothing comes close. Like the Dragon Age games are super good, and like an individual Dragon Age game, like the last one that came out, the original one, are better than like parts 1 and 3 of Mass Effect, right? Like they are better games individually, but as a whole, the Dragon Age series, like part 2 isn't very good. I don't think they weave a story as well in between them. Even games that have multiple, like, I'm trying to think of another really good trilogy outside of the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy is not very good. The second game was awesome, but the first and the third were eh. These are the extra bits. I'm gonna use this piece to cut out other pieces. Not waste it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I liked the original ending to Mass Effect. Um, I mean, like, it depends on. To look at it from two different angles, and that at the end of the day, agency doesn't matter. Um, like, if, I did not like. I like the idea of that. Like, at the end of the day, nothing was going to change what was going to happen. Like, it was a cycle that was going to repeat itself. Similarly to what the Matrix tried to do. Um, I wasn't a big fan of the representation of it being the child, but it is what it is. But I liked all this stuff leading into it. The DLC that was like the final party of everybody that you meet in the game, hanging out before the last mission, was I think my favorite piece of DLC from that entire franchise. Um, like tied on par with the Shadow Broker DLC from Part Two. Um, I played enough of the Mass Effect like stuff. I had the apps. I forget what the companion app was called off the top of my head that let you like do the email stuff in game so that you can communicate with the characters and raise your readiness level. But I got the super secret ending where like you find out Shepard is really still alive and doesn't die. Um, which honestly I would have been okay with him just being dead. But I thought it was cool that you could get to that point via the email. You know, I don't know if you've played the Mass Effect games. You can't play these apps anymore. They no longer are available or connect to the game. But they let you get conversations. It added to the lore. You had conversations with the characters that you didn't have in game via this email chain. The characters are communicating back and forth, and I thought that was super cool because at the time there weren't other games doing that. They didn't have multiple companion apps and spin-offs that affected the actual, game that you were playing. The multiplayer, I was addicted to for like a year. I didn't play anything else but the Mass Effect multiplayer. Bam. No pieces wasted. I took the scrap, the piece I incorrectly cut out too large, and used it to cut out 3 smaller pieces. We don't like wasting materials in this house. The thing I never did though is I had multiple playthroughs of Mass Effect. Um, Part 1 is the only one I never played more than once up until recently. But I did a Paragon run on part 1, and then continue that to part 2 and part 3. And then I did a second run that was like mixed Paragon and Renegade. But I've never done a full Renegade run, which is what I'm doing now in Mass Effect. I want to go full bad guy. It's been fun so far. Some of the dialogue that Renegade Shepard, spits at you is quite hilarious. And constantly turning down every single team member, going, I don't want a team. I don't want them on my team. And then going, well, I have to come anyway. Because then you're just, the game makes you such an asshole. Because you straight up say to these people to their face, I don't trust Turians, right? Like, or whatever. And he's like, well, you know what? I kind of have to be on your team anyway for the game to happen, so. Shit. Sucks that you feel that way about me.
Just like your real life.
Yeah.
This is the first song I can solidly say I know it's this song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Hello, human from Cyprus. Welcome to our making stream.
Side note, I have a meeting with Jeff on Tuesday, and I have a meeting with the rest of the team on Wednesday. Probably right after this stream.
And we have a meeting tomorrow.
And we have a meeting tomorrow. Lots of meetings. We live a meetings life now. We moved into this house. We have a fridge that gives us water. We do meetings now.
We have
a porch
garden
with plants on it. Like I said, we're no longer relatable. We're no longer the everyman.
The first thing my sister said about me moving out here is being bougie, so.
They're just sad that it's not them. They wish they could be bougie. You only call someone bougie to their face if you are really genuinely wishing that you could be bougie. This bean doesn't wish he could be bougie, though.
That's because he already is. He's
this baby right
wet
here.
4 times a day now.
4 times a day wet.
He doesn't eat 4 cans of wet.
Not 4 cans of wet, though.
We split up his wet to make him think he's getting more wet in a day than he really is.
Do you have anything to say to the people? Nope.
Yeah, ultimately everything you do is futile. Life has no point. You're going to die anyway. The system is rigged so that you can never win. Kind of like ending. Obviously, depending on what ending you pick, you can break the cycle or whatever. Like, that's the whole point, is that it's the system that's been in place for hundreds of thousands of years. Finally gets broken, but ultimately the game is telling you you're destined to repeat it. I may not remember everything about the game either. Like, there's definitely some stuff that replaying part 1 as a Renegade that I'm like, okay, I'm having conversations I've never had before. But I definitely played every piece of DLC and every piece of the game, did every single mission, even if only just from one side, from like, the Paragon side of things.
Are we done? It's okay if we're done. Do you want to go look over there?
When they get to a certain age and they want 3 cans of wet, maybe we just give them 3 cans of wet, Like, hey, you've lived a long life.
Too jaunty, yeah, I get it. You let me put up with a lot of my shit, though, bud. Thank you.
He's gonna go upstairs and plonk and be like, all right, I danced. Now where's my food? What time is it? There's no time on there.
5:35.
Anything is possible. Fanurius? I don't really know how to say it correctly. We've made bird masks before. And I've seen bird masks as well, like eagle style masks. We've made some bird masks ourselves. Many birds, actually. Cacaw. Cacaw.
If you say cacaw, it triggers Tenacious Tiger because of my truly excellent pun in the Discord about her mask of the bird's baby.
Was it cacaw?
Of the bird's egg, it was cacaw. Bye, Bean. Thanks for chilling.
Now I remember why I can't switch sides. The cord doesn't reach all the way over there.
This is phenomenal.
It is.
It sounds like we're getting up to 60s mischief. Listen to this mischief.
So much mischief, for sure. Alright. So I have all the other pieces here, traced and ready to cut out for the other side now.
I'm going to make sure I save this Seaberg playlist.
I have this one already. I've used this one.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
And that's the thing, is that this one's a half hour though, so like we don't always make it to.
Hey, Tenacious Tiger, what's it like to survive solely on Haterade?
She's drowning in it.
Drowning. Actually, speaking of Tenacious Tiger, look at this mask she helped us build. She did a really good job.
You can switch to the other camera.
Oh no, this is a good place to see it.
Oh, but now you can switch the camera so you can show it.
To the FaceTime camera?
No, the other camera. The camera that was on your table.
Let's see if I can focus it on there. Ooh, look at the glitter. Makes it look real nice. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. This is great music for this. There we go. Wow. Look at that. Let's zoom into the hollow. Oh, majesty. How cinematic. You can see all the little curves and pieces that she had to cut out. I was like, you know what you should do? This for a whole day. She did a great job. Yeah. That's my messy table that I'm working on. Back to Ophidian.
Yeah, the difference between our two tables.
It's called being a crazy person.
I wouldn't say that you're any crazier than I am.
You know,
you wear it outwardly, and
I don't have a choice.
try my best to bury it as deep as I can inside of me.
I know you say that I'm wearing it outwardly, but this is me doing a really good job of holding it in, actually. Like, the world is so lucky that I started going to therapy. I am so lucky that I started going to therapy 5 years ago. 6 years ago, sorry, almost. Because it would be so much worse.
I wasn't referring to that kind of crazy.
Oh man, we should call the juice that we make, the blood orange juice, Haterade. Because it's made of blood oranges.
Would be hater. You're right.
And it's like dark, dark, dark red. And it's delicious. They make this really great orangeade with blood oranges.
I really do. I'm really good at it. Another thing I started doing since we moved into this house is making our own, like, lemonade type drinks. Not that we hadn't made a lemonade before, but we've made it more now since we've lived here than we have in probably our entire lives combined. Or my entire life combined, I should say.
The recipe for the blood oranges is just like as much blood orange juice as you can muster. We normally muster around a cup.
Yeah, it takes about... Last time it took 7 blood oranges to make that happen. And did a cup of that, about a quarter of a cup-ish, maybe a little more. Quarter to half a cup of lemons mixed in with the blood oranges. Yeah, that's what we did. To make it about a cup and a half of blood orange and lemon mix.
Yeah.
And then we used some sugar and a whole lot of honey.
Yeah, sugar and honey to make a simple syrup. And then pour the warm liquid over ice all together. Mix it up, baby.
Yeah, it's really nothing complicated. It's just squeezing, whatever, 8 or 9 oranges/lemons. It's a bit of a pain in the butt when you don't have an actual juicer, which we do not.
I totally forgot that you did that gimmick based on the vision until that tweet from Frito today.
Yeah.
It completely passed my mind. I was wondering when I was watching WandaVision, I was like, why is this so surreal for me? Like, why is watching this affecting me so much?
I was the vision.
You were the vision.
Also, of course, Frito put it together.
Yeah, because Frito's Galaxy Brain, true Goblin Galaxy Brain. Probably like one of the OG Goblin Galaxy Brains, honestly.
Yeah.
Right up there with Shark and Attack of Hubris. Sorry, no, Shane Charlton.
Do this one. And you are this one.
Trying to figure out what part to do next.
You cut out the pieces for the gauntlets, right?
I
Oh,
didn't
you
cut out
made
the
the
pieces for the
patterns.
ones. I made them. Yeah, I made the pattern.
You can sit at the table with me on the other side and
Do that.
I
Um,
mean, if you want to stand, you could also stand.
well, I think I have to do this the same way I did her.
Did you serge the body
Yes,
pieces already?
I did. They're serged. The other thing's a serge that's also top stitched. We could kind of lay this out to show people how it works now that this is set up like this.
Yeah, if you want to come in here and move this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just not moving from this spot. I'm maintaining my
Well, they completely
back
fell
up.
off, so. think it's like this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly how they were going to lay down.
Yeah.
On
Well,
there.
I separated them so that I didn't like. Originally, it was just one big swoop, and I separated them so that we weren't beholden to the one big swoop, so we could adjust as needed. But I like made it look so that they fit into each. Yeah, that's the shoulder piece.
You put that piece on there.
I drew these pieces on the last stream, I believe, or one of the last streams.
You did. You definitely did. Yeah, because this is what I worked on last week on the stream. WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier were both super good. We were talking about this after we finished Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm glad that they moved WandaVision before Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I liked having this super weird thing to kick off the like Marvel TV universe. Well, what was weird and experimental turned out to be pretty just average by the end of it, but
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it started off super weird and good, and then it kind of fizzled out at those last couple episodes.
or like Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't have that problem. Like some things moved a little too quickly, sure, but the rumor was that they had more show that got cut down because it had pandemic-related stuff. Because it started filming before the pandemic hit, and they didn't want to include that in the show. But we'll never know for sure, because Disney didn't acknowledge it in the making of or any of that stuff. I trained to do high-flying moves for most of my life. I did dumb stuff when I was younger, like backyard wrestled with my friends and had no care or worries and learned to be pretty fearless when it came to that stuff. I did martial arts for a large chunk of my life. And then I trained at a wrestling school, where I continued to learn to be dumb and fearless. Well, there's some fear. There's some moves I knew not to do for my own personal safety. Like I messed up once on a shooting star early in my career at training, practicing the shooting star off the top rope. I could do it standing. I could do a standing shooting star, no problem. But off the top rope, I messed it up once the first time going for it, and landed like under my chin, high on my chest, and my body kind of scorpioned itself, like my feet like hit the head, kind of like level of like impact and landing, and tweaked my back pretty bad, which got me into yoga to fix it because I didn't have insurance at the time. And then I never did a shooting star again. It's like plenty of other people can do this move. I don't need to do it. Kim feels the same way, Tenacious. she just stopped using anyone else.
She tried.
Yes.
After I made her that Snow White girl, she tried to use other gear makers.
Just was never as happy.
Nope.
All right. So this is complete. Looks great. You top stitch this? You did top stitch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I figured it would make it easier to do everything afterwards.
So, showing you guys this piece on the other side. You guys saw the other piece that I cut out. You see how it's going to line up and look. I'm excited to do this. Having all these separate pieces will give it a cool, look for sure. We did something similar once for a masked wrestler from Sweden, where we made a design like this for his mask, but the design started in his eyes and then swooped back around the head. So like the eye was the base of the horn, and then, segmented out around the mask off of that. Looks super cool. Alright, so next is the Black Hollow. So many pieces. What are these pieces for? The back panel?
Oh yeah, that's the black that goes on the top of the purple
Yeah.
for the lacing.
That's what I thought.
And the same thing. Well, this goes under the purple, not on top.
Let's get rid of these scraps.
Yeah, because they're, oh, that's not a scrap.
Yeah, they're this.
It is?
It's one of the extra pieces.
Oh no.
You can tell the purple.
Oh yeah. I was right about it being a cut piece though. It just was a cut piece that unfortunately had to be cut.
We're gonna need a bigger scrap bin.
We're
show
gonna
everybody.
need a bigger scrap bin.
We keep a scrap bin of all of the little vinyl pieces that we have.
Because when
We
you
don't-
make lucha masks, you never know what tiny little piece of
We'll
fabric
keep
will.
a piece like this. It's still completely usable for small detail work. So we keep a bunch of scrap pieces like that. We don't throw out. We throw out very little. We try to reuse as much as we can. There's some pieces like these thin pieces aren't really good for anything. But
Can I plug the iron into this outlet or no?
yeah,
Right?
we'll find out.
Okay.
I would maybe unplug. Yeah, there's nothing else plugged into it, right?
No,
Just turn off the lamp.
just the light box.
What's this that you're doing?
I'm about to work on the applique for the gloves.
Well, I was gonna change the camera on you just for a different look. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some heat and bond stuff. Some heat and bondage. Some hot bondage. Over here. From this angle.
Oh, I should check the YouTube. It's crazy how different these cameras look too. This one looking way more like cinematic because it's a DSLR. Oh, the best character creator. Oof. Shit. I don't know, honestly. I can't speak to the character creator, because I didn't make a lot of my own characters. Like, I did make characters. Um, and I definitely, when it came time to, like, the generation of games where you could download other people's created characters, definitely downloaded everybody else's. But I didn't do too much on the character creation side. However, the SmackDown versus Raw games that had the GM mode, now that I played um, all the time. I loved GM mode. It was my favorite. Was my favorite mode in any wrestling game, and I wish more games had it. Like, GM mode was so good. It was the best, babe. You were a wrestling promoter essentially, and you managed wrestlers' contracts. You had to book the matches every week. You booked who was in what feuds.
Oh yes, managing contracts, everyone's favorite video game activity. You fucking nerd. You fucking nerd.
Well, yeah, and like the TV ratings and stuff like that mattered. You know, like you had the matches you were putting on.
More
and who was
numbers
champion
is what
and-
you're telling me.
Yeah.
You're like, the numbers. People didn't want to do the numbers part of the wrestling game, and I don't understand why.
I
People
loved
don't-
it so much.
People don't watch wrestling to do math.
Or play wrestling games to do math.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, except for Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner watches wrestling to do math.
Scott Steiner's here to take us all to school. This piece is just a bit too small for this. But man, the GM mode, and maybe it was 2008 or 9 was the GM mode, or was the last one before it hit Raw versus SmackDown. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I've had a lot of concussions, but GM mode, that was my favorite. Like, as far as like a create anything, like to create your own company, to create your own brand, all that stuff, that was I absolutely
Whoa.
loved. Do you have water down here?
I do. Pink straw. Or you could take that bottle.
Yeah. I like the bass line in this.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. It's non-stop. That bassist is working overtime for the Sloan.
Something that you can say now that you're a bassist. How's that feel?
But I can the fact that I can hear it
Yeah.
and recognize the rhythm.
Yeah. That you can tell it's the bass making the sound even. That's not something, I mean, maybe you could like be like, okay, I can tell that's a bass in like a rock song, but you couldn't immediately identify the bass line and stuff before.
No, I had issues with that. I also feel like I know this song. Not like the extra melody they're adding to it, but because I feel like this version of it is adding a lot of, those horns are doing a lot of work too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For whatever reason, thinking about it more, I'm like, oh man, why didn't I like the creative mode? I think it's because ultimately, like, the stuff that you made, and I love RPGs. Absolutely love RPGs, and I love customizing a character. But in wrestling games, there's just something about it that doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same, like, gravity to it when you're customizing your character and see them change and develop over time and see how things play out and work. Like, it doesn't matter what move I assign to, his signature move, because ultimately it's going to do the same damage no matter what the move I selected was. It's just going to look different to get there. I have not earned my fairy magical powers, Tenacious, to do that.
To do what?
To, if she wished really hard for us to show up to fix her problems that she's having sewing the Razor Hawk mask, Razor Wing mask. I will say this about the part that you're on. It was, if you look at the stitching on mine, it was not all that great at the Mohawk. It was very difficult to do. It's a hard piece to sew, especially because you have to do it after the
faceplate.
The faceplate is on. Actually, no. That's a lie.
You don't have to do it?
You could do it before. Like, you technically could.
But then you would have to be matching where the middle of the faceplate is up to where you put the thing.
The diamond hides it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, if I'd done it that way, I could have also done it like that and used the diamond to hide the which I think I did. I sewed the faceplate on, I sewed the hawk on, and then I put the diamond on last. I put the diamond on last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think either way, the faceplate or the Mohawk thing, it's a rough time.
Yeah.
No matter what, I would say. You always think, like, when you're outside the industry that you're in, you're like, oh, there's some trick to it. There's, like, some secret thing that makes it so it's tolerable to do that thing in that industry. No. You just do the shitty part that you hate doing. You just do it. You just cut out the applique that's tiny. You just do the thing.
Makes you realize, too, you're like, oh, this is the part where they tapped that out, for sure. Like, no wonder they stopped doing this, because I would not continue if I had to keep doing this either. I didn't like doing this part as well. But usually the end result is worth it.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you look at a piece of work and you're like, man, all this effort and it looks like this. I've been there. That's why I like working on sets for Kim.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, the diamond would not have been, putting on the diamond first, obviously we've talked about this already, but it was a big mistake as far as, quality of life when it comes to sewing down the Mohawk.
Quality of life.
Yeah.
What a way to put it.
Okay. Okay. This part should be easier. I wish I had those little scissors. That
Oh, yeah,
they should
man.
have. So I'm about to cut out the little circle inside of the belt emblem.
Sorry I'm so far down the way, guys. I didn't realize how little you could see. Wasn't looking at the gimmick.
For those that are listening right now, that are here, is the music too much? This is as far as like volume goes. The music is here to stay for sure, but because it's non-copyright, and I like having something on in the background while I work.
There you go.
You're doing it all on. I thought we were doing those pieces out of vinyl.
No. It wouldn't have fit on her arm that way. It goes all the way around her arm.
Yeah.
Do you think they were going to be lace up?
No.
Like, there's a part that at the top where it connects, like, fully around her arm. Like, she... Do you want me to stop?
No, no. I would have probably just did the same purple for the belt.
Well, it's gonna be it's gonna be on the kick pads too.
This purple?
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't designed the kick pads yet. I don't know what they're gonna look like. I made the suggestion about the horns on the kick pads, but I didn't know if that was the route we were gonna go.
Probably something like that. I figure one on each kick pad.
It's not going to be the vinyl then. It's going to be that.
Why?
Because we would treat it like we did the Chris Brooks.
I just mean on
Octopus.
the vinyl part of the kick pad.
And tiny inside of the.
Inside, I mean not tiny. It would take up the majority
Well,
of that.
I mean tiny isn't not the entire leg.
It would take up the vinyl piece of that. Yes. I can draw it very quickly if you would like to know what I'm thinking.
No, I know what you're thinking. We just had different. You and I envisioned it differently, I guess.
Like I said, I can stop and I can change the design if you need me to.
No, you're already doing it. You can't put vinyl on the. You wouldn't change yours; it'd be me changing what I'm doing.
I don't think the belt should be this color. I think the point is that they're two different shades of purple. I think there's 3 shades of purple on this gear. There's this by itself, there's that, and then there's this covered with stuff.
No, I'm not against it. I'm here for it. I just wasn't aware that that was the direction you were going, genuinely.
Are you startled? Is it being startled?
No, it's going to change how we do the kick pads, though.
I mean, how so?
Well, I don't think the vinyl's going to look good, right, just in the center. I think it's a whole leg design. Like, I think we do it, like I said, like we would do Chris Brooks, like I did with the octopus. Home machines can definitely make masks. Like, I know we switched to industrial because of the ease of use, because of quality of life. Um, it made life a lot easier to sew on an industrial machine than a home, especially when we
We got
started
it to make kick pads.
Yeah.
We got the only reason we bought that industrial machine was so we could sew through foam. We needed to sew across the ankles on kick pads so that there's a division in the foam. And our home machine, I'd gone through like 2 or 3 machines, and I was like, let's just buy an industrial machine, because instead of paying another $300, let's just commit and be realistic about what we're doing, which was starting a business.
Yeah, 'cause there's definitely a lot of makers that are making masks on nicer home machines. I wouldn't say like, like a $100 sewing machine that you
Yeah.
might buy would make masks well. It's not going to. You're gonna hate it. I say 100 like I don't even know a price. I have no idea what a home machine costs in like a Walmart nowadays. With how much everything is fluctuated.
If you're spending less than $300 on a sewing machine, it's going to be a piece of shit, no matter what brand you're buying from. I think the only exception to that is that Singer machine, the Singer Heavy Duty, that is like the only Singer on planet Earth that apparently does its job.
I know the prices of sewing machines have changed dramatically since the start of COVID and quarantine and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, because
so
everybody's a home sewist nowadays.
it's actually kind of cool. Like, it sucks that the prices got driven up, but like if quarantining made people start to learn, I don't know,
Just how to alter their
life
clothes
skills.
so they're not, we're not putting as much waste into landfills and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's a big cultural impact in people learning how to make their own things, because then you're not relying on big business to clothe you. You're doing it yourself to an extent. Obviously, we're not making our own materials here, but we're not harvesting the petroleum to make these foil spandexes. But
Why not, babe?
I'm sorry, I don't want to start an oil company.
You can do it. I've seen you make things.
Wow, the faith you have in me. Such faith, but so little trust.
Yeah. You can make your own shoes, right?
Fuck you. Get wrecked. I'm sure everybody here knows the make your own shoes story at this point. Everybody who's in this chat, at least.
I actually don't know what Seaberg this is.
This is a new one. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I was about to say there's some sounds in this one I don't think I had heard.
It's like a combination of a bunch of them put together.
This one is elevator music.
We need to find out what that instrument is. The zhik, 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 that sound. I think it's the fish. We need to go get you a fish to play.
Like a live fish?
No, that sound. The zipping sound. Either that or we'll just give you a very
Is the
loud
instrument
zipper.
in the shape of? Why would you call it the fish?
It's a fish shape.
Oh, okay.
That instrument's a fish shape. We saw them at Guitar Center.
I believe you. I wouldn't have known that instrument made this noise. It is such a unique sound that you only hear in music like this.
Or music that's imitating this. Wow, now it's going crazy. The fish is going crazy.
Ellen, yeah, Ellie says, gyro, Guiro. I don't know how to say it properly. It's got the dots on top of the U.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say that U.
Mhm.
I don't know how to pronounce it. She said that's the name of the instrument.
It's the fish. You know it's the fish. Everyone knows what I mean when I'm talking about the fish. And if they don't, then I'm just so out of touch, then I don't even understand anymore. Like, I'm like, it's like, Grandma, come on. Grandma, get out of the road. We're at that point, is what I'm saying.
Well, Tenacious, since Kate hasn't gotten me those scissors yet that I requested when you were here,
What? I requested them.
I requested them. If you
What?
want, you know, you can get those for my birthday. I don't request things for my birthday at all, but if you feel like you want to,
I am going insane. I'm the one who wanted to buy them. You were like, whatever, we got our own scissors.
I
Kid.
never. That is not what I said.
Uh-huh.
I was hyped. You said you were gonna buy them immediately, and then left me out to die in a field.
Wow. That's what happens when you don't get the scissors you want immediately? You die? Shit.
Yeah, it's like when a bean doesn't get fed his wet food
Instantly?
immediately when it's 8:30 or
Not
whatever.
alive. I am deceased, woman.
Yeah, that's right. Give me scissors or give me death.
Death, please.
You will rue the day that you did not give me my scissors.
Well, we're out of scissors.
Babe, I came here to kick ass and get some scissors.
Your options are death or death.
And you told me we're all out of scissors. Oh, oof. Oof, that's ugly. What the fuck happened? This side? Totally normal, right?
Uh-huh. Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, didn't need you to fix it. I was just showing you.
I'm just seeing if, like, what the deal is, like, as you cut it, like, at the...
It's just scissors are too big. I don't have tiny scissors.
I mean, you do, you just don't want to use
My
them.
hands can't.
My hands are too large. Help.
I can't. They hurt too much when I use those little guys.
The scissors are so small. They're hurting my giant hands. Please, I beg of you. My hands are too big.
Well, then you fix it.
Okay.
You get your own scissors. You get your tiny scissors and you
Okay.
fix it.
Sure.
The other one's fine.
Snip, snip. They're not as good as those Olfas that
No, they're
tie
not.
your head no matter
Really, I
what.
should have used what do you call it? Used a knife to cut it out. Normally I would, but
Yeah, but it's these swoops, so I understand
Yeah.
why you didn't. Okay, that's better. There you go.
well, thanks for joining us, Carl. I genuinely miss traveling to the UK.
We'll do it again.
Oh, I know we will. Someday.
Someday the Lullaby Lounge will have to have an international tour.
Yeah.
There's no possible way.
Yikes. You know what I just saw?
What?
Tenacious Tiger wasn't following us until right now.
Wow, that makes sense. I mean, she wasn't in the stream the other day, so I don't know why she would be following us already. I mean, unless you already told her to follow us.
Oh, no, she said, so there's an explanation for that. No, because I know she did follow us before, so
An
I'm assuming
excuse!
she unfollowed us.
Yeah. Out of hatred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cancelled. I keep thinking the vacuum is Winslow.
Right, but you didn't follow us on either account. You just followed us from both of them. It's okay, I'm not coming at you for not following us. There's a lot of people who I look at and watch, especially like on YouTube, and I don't follow them at all. I'm like, I'm not subscribing.
Now you're dancing. No, there were so many funky jams earlier, and you weren't dancing with me.
I just wasn't feeling it.
You were
at the
being
moment.
mean.
I wasn't being mean.
Uh-huh.
I was working. I was caught up in the moment.
I was
I'm
dead.
dancing now, though.
If you don't dance with me, I die. I'm not alive anymore.
That means I run the company.
No! Probably, right? Legally? If I die, do you get it?
I'm your husband. Don't I get everything you
I
own?
should probably figure that out.
I mean, we don't share our same last name, and I'm a minority, so they might be like,
Yeah, they
you
might
don't
be
get
like,
anything.
Tough time. Oh God, we need those scissors right now. These scissors suck. Every pair of scissors we have is terrible.
And to answer your question, no. I would rather cut with my terrible scissors than let you use my strong grip ones.
Every pair of scissors we have is bad.
Hey, which green did you like for that?
I mean,
The
they're
lighter
some
green?
grips. I think the lighter green. I think it's a better contrast.
I agree. I just wanted to make sure.
I think it'll look good with the hollow black.
Ah!
I stole your strong grips.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not using them right now.
Well, we might be able to tighten the right? This is an Allen wrench, so
Oh, we can tighten them, yeah. For sure. Oh, excuse me. We could definitely tighten them. Or take them apart if we need to, like, individually sharpen them.
the problem is your strong grips are just so hard to manipulate.
Do you want me to loosen them up for you?
No, if we're gonna do any tightening loosening situation, we would just tighten the loose ones. I feel like it's gonna be easier than loosening.
Well, to be fair, she is my wife. And I wouldn't be sewing if it wasn't for her. So if she wants to use the scissors, who am I to say no?
Yeah, I bought these scissors.
She technically owns, at minimum, 51% of the company.
I actually think I own 100% of the company.
But what's yours is also mine.
I mean,
You are
okay.
majority owner. 51% for sure.
Okay. Yeah, if it weren't for me, you'd be, I don't know, shit posting or on Twitter or something right now.
I would be shit posting on Twitter, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Have you watched old martial arts films? You don't get your own scissors. You have to go out, like, mine your own metal out in whatever metal mines that there are in Lancaster.
I don't think I can do this if with their scissors.
I
We're
can
gonna
do it.
have to
We can swap.
surgery. I have to surgerize.
And then you're gonna have to learn blacksmithing to forge your own scissors.
Where? Which one are you? Which one fits in you? Oh. Are the keys down
They're right there. They're both in there somewhere.
Okay.
But that's that one, and this is the other one. There's a bunch of keys on them.
Oof.
Sometimes they're weird sizes.
Okay.
You found one that fits.
Yeah. Can you do the part where the gripping is?
By then they'll be no good, and I'll have a new pair of scissors.
Can you hold these?
Yeah.
Oh! This is why I was asking you to do it.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the best option, right?
Hold on. It's hard to do it because as you
Whoa.
move it too tight.
Too tight. Oh. I can do it without,
Okay.
Surgery complete. On Patreon, we do have. So, as part of our Patreon, we have a Discord. And in that Discord, we have links to some of the sites that we use for this stuff. We also have other makers in there as well that recommend stuff that they use. And it's been a great resource for that kind of stuff if you're looking for kind of like, places to pick up supplies or websites that you would frequent. I mean, some of it is. We've talked about, like in maybe a YouTube video or, like on the internet in various places, like Twitter or whatever, but you can find most of that inside
the Discord that we run as part of our Patreon. All right. So that you can see what we're going to put green behind it. But, so underneath of this will be a felt or neoprene, depending on what we end up using, underneath of it to make this rise so that it has a gem-like look to it. It won't be flat object. We've done it with a lot of stuff that we've made, and it looks super cool. So all these belt pieces are done and cut out. These are pieces that are going to go on the back panel. These will get holes punched in it to put the lacing in for the belt. This is the emblem for the front of the belt. The chest will have a similar piece as well. Not that looks like this, but we'll have a black hollow piece with cutouts for the green.
Actually, it doesn't.
Not anymore?
No, it has a lace panel. As a lacing panel. It's a lacing panel with a mesh behind it.
It's the back that has it.
Yeah.
I was right. There's a piece somewhere, and the gauntlets have it. I just confused it from the front and the back. The back has this a similar looking piece. And then the gauntlets will have a little bit of it as well. But also, I'm glad you found us, Reaction, and are watching our stuff. We appreciate it.
Are you hungry?
You're very hungry.
Yeah.
We had the salmon.
Gonna say, do you want to make some food soon?
You're not supposed to tell me. I wasn't actually being serious either, but thank you. It's much appreciated. Tenacious said scissors will arrive Friday.
Whoa.
You're gonna be here tomorrow to eat.
I would say the best part about working for us is us cooking for you. According to Tenacious Tiger.
Yeah. Even Green Anna said he misses my pork chops.
Yeah. That's how we get them.
Yeah. Well, I hate a good surprise, so I can't wait for tomorrow. All right. I think, like I said, we're just streaming today. We're still streaming to try to hit affiliate, and one more stream and we're there. And we should really stream tomorrow to make that happen, and hopefully we will. But I think we can call it a night today. I think 2 hours today is good.
Okay.
I can't go on much longer because I need new contacts.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready, almost ready to tap out anyway, so.
Let's see. Hey, I'm calling
Oh.
this out. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We hope you had a fun time.
We're dancing you guys out.
We're dancing it out. Gonna go make some food.
Yeah, gonna go make some salmons.
I don't think you put an S on the end of those words.
Hmm?
I don't think you're supposed to put an S on the ends of sushis and sashimis.